peaceful time of morning. I usually have my radio on. It's a decompressing time for me. It's just time to think, meditate. And I'm probably, so anyone following me, I would have been oblivious. That's my time.
Did something interrupt your decompression?
Well, yes. When I turned into the subdivision, the entrance I would normally take, one travels about 3 car lengths, at which point you have a dead end and the option to turn left or right. And I stopped at the stop sign and I felt someone hit me. I looked up and saw a car. I didn't want to block the entrance, so I pulled on to the right, which is the direction I would have taken to go home anyway. So I turned to the right, stopped, got out of my car, turned it off. I left my keys and everything in my car. The subdivision in which I was living at the time, a lot of Delta people worked there. People were coming and going all hours of the day and night. I mean, women would be pushing babies in strollers 5:30 in the morning out running. So I thought nothing of it. I got out and left, turned the car off, left, like I said, left the door open, everything in the car. I walked towards the back of the car. A young man got out of his car. I greeted him. He greeted me. I looked down at the bumper and saw no damage. And I really, at that point, was going to look up and say, honey, I'm tired. I'm going home. You go home. And as I looked up, I saw someone in his car rising up, and he was running around me. I guess my mind knew something was about to happen, something that wasn't good, but it happened so fast. He got in my car, and because of the backpack, my mind just focused on the backpack. I opened the back left passenger's door, thinking I could reach into the front seat and get the backpack. And the backpack, because it had my daddy's CD in it and my camera. So I reached in to get that, and I guess instinct, I don't know, God said, just let it go. So I stepped back and actually shut the door myself. And he drove off. At that point, I think the other car had already gone. So I ran to the house directly in front of where I'd stopped, banging on the door, yelling. No one came to that door, so I went to the next house. A gentleman and his wife came to the door. They let me in. I do remember it was cool that morning. They called my husband for me, and then law enforcement was called. The Newnan Police Department was called.
What was the subdivision name?
Avery Park Subdivision.
And do you remember the address of the place where the police were called to?
I do not know the address of where. I know it was on the report. I don't remember the address.
Is 181 Baldwin Court in Newnan, Georgia, a location that's familiar to you?
That would have been in Avery Park. So that's Baldwin Court is that first road, the road I would have taken coming in.
You said that women are generally sometimes pushing their babies in strollers around 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's around 4:29, 4:30 in the morning. Do you remember what the atmosphere was like?
It was quiet. I mean, it was early, but like I said, people are coming and going at all times of the day and night there. So.
And what did you mean when you said Delta people live there?
A lot of Delta employees.
Delta Airlines?
Delta Airlines, yes.
Is the lighting, is it lit inside the subdivision, or is it dark?
It is lit, yes. The subdivision is well lit, yes.
Approximately how long did the interaction with the people who took your car take place?
It was just me literally stepping out to greet him and the young man greeting me. I mean, in my mind at that time, it's a fender bender. Most accidents aren't on purpose, so I'm going to greet someone.
Now, you were never asked to identify anyone or anything like that, right? Or were you?
I was not, no.
And were you never showing any lineups or anything like that?
I was not.
However, were you able to at least observe a general description of the person that did that?
I was, because I'm 5'8". He was slightly shorter than me.